Here we want to talk about the difference between find and search. Find is to locate a substring within another text string and tell us what the position is. It's case sensitive. That way it will look for a capital I or a small I or whatever you're looking for. But it will not use wild characters. The question mark for a single character or the asterisk for any number of characters. So let's see how this works. We have a string here, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And we want to look for the characters AY. Notice over here if we say find E12 in D10, it returns 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 with the A here. But we see there's another AY later on. It returns the very first one. If we want to return another one, we would come here. Let me first uncomment this one, and then I'll uncomment the next one. Notice the next one said, take whatever you see in this previous one and add one to it. That's this final start number. We started with 13, added one to it, so we start with 14, and then we'll go on. And apparently there's one in 35. That's where this AY is. Moving on to search, it's not case sensitive. And we can use the wildcards for it. Here we have another string that we'll use, and we want to look for characters in it. If I put an S in there, it says, oh, I found one in position 2. And the same thing, we can keep adding on the position by looking at the previous one and starting there. So I start at the previous one, 2, but I add 1, so it starts at 3. And it found another S in position 18, 1 in 27 and 1 in 29. And the value, there's no more. Let's try something else. Let's put an S and a space M. It didn't find that anywhere in here. But let's use a wildcard instead and say S question mark M, and it found one at 29. If we used S asterisk M, there'd be lots of them every time there's an S, pretty much. Let's go on and try a question mark. We want to see where these question marks are at. So I'll come up here and put a question mark. Oh, it says there's 1 in the first instance, the second, third, and fourth. Why? Because it's a wildcard. It's accepting anything. So if you're going to use the wildcards, we have to do something special, and that is use a tilde. Now the tilde is what you find in the upper left-hand tile of your keyboard. You'll notice here, tilde, question mark, the squiggly, and this time it said I found a question mark in 51 and at position 58. Let's go on to the search example. This is just kind of fun. Here I have a word that I'm going to search for. I've named this cell query. And down here it says search for query in E14, this paragraph below. And if you find it, it will return that number. Is it a number? If it is, it's true, otherwise false. Let's just see how this works. So formula, evaluate formula, and the query is borrowers. We see the paragraph. It finds it in position 56, and that's a number, so it will return true. What if instead of using E14, I use E13 here? It says false. Let's take a look at that. So query, and it didn't find it. It returned an error. So when I do is number, it gives that a false because it's not a number, which is a lot more user-friendly than an error. Otherwise, they think maybe your functions are broken, and false makes sense to most people. Go ahead and play with it a little bit.